Let us keep that in
So
mind. When you're cross-referencing times, think about what the greatest have run, which and then they're Jamaicans, and that's what they have run. So it's killer impressive.
welcome back, trackies. Aleia Hobbs. Note that name, or maybe that name should be noted. I'm not saying yet, but in any event, she produced 6.98 at the Arkansas Razorback Invitational. Now, T liked her separation. T actually thinks that this is something new from Aliyah. For me, it's the same old Aliyah, and I'm kind of reserving my opinion on that one. So I want T first to tell us why she thinks this run was special as it relates to Aleia Hobbs 6.98, and then I will take it from there. So T, what made this run from Aliyah more special than any other 60 meter from Aliyah? This is kind of her stomping ground, the 60 meters.
I mean, when it comes to indoors, Americans, Europeans tend to have a stomping ground all over the indoors, and we're just there, getting our ass. Can I say ass? But anyway, getting beaten left, right, and center. But what I would say about that race, in particular, if you remember back to 2017 when I talked about that one indoor race with Elaine, where she had that disconnection from the field that looked unreal, that made me feel like she just could keep going and going and going. That's what I got the vibe from Aliyah. Now this is a 60, so you're trying to have a start, a middle, and end all in that 60, and finish right there. But for me, I never got that vibe that she was done. I got that, she could keep going. So what that means is that she can hold her top end speed, for me, my opinion, longer, which means that she's been decelerating slower than potentially in the past. So for me, I loved what I saw in that particular 60 race. It didn't look like she came to run a 60. It looked like she came to run 100, and the line just came faster for her. So I loved what I saw. And I'm foreseeing Aliyah, sorry, smashing her personal best this season, and of course being a forerunner for America in the sprint. She has been, there or thereabouts for the past few years for America, and I'm expecting her to step up big time this year. The thing with Americans though is that you tend to always find a few people pop out of nowhere, not really nowhere, but you have a few that just break out, have a really awesome breakout season. So she's gonna have a lot to contend with other athletes there, but for sure, for now, she looks absolutely fantastic. This is a world leading time, obviously a personal best, and she looked good. And if this is her first run of the season, and this is a 698, I can't wait to see what lies ahead of her. Even just for the 60s, if we're talking about that alone, how much further can she take it, and what does this do for her outdoors? Again, you can't really tell until it starts to see what happens, but for now, she is looking absolutely fantastic.
Right. So she was up and down. I just pulled up her World Athletics profile to see if this was really indeed that special, because I remember that last season she was running up and down, winning 60 meters against taking some major scalps. I remember her beating Sha'carri decently at the Millrose Games, or one of them last year. So I pulled up her times from last season, and we have a 714, a 710, and a 711. And I'm kind of surprised by these times, because the form that she was in last year, maybe she was choosing easy races, but when she
No,
was
I think Makia Briscoe, I don't know if you remember, but last season Makia Briscoe was having a fantastic season as well. And they trained together. And what I felt like was happening was, because I think there were some sponsorship issues with Makia, I'm not sure. But I thought Aliyah took a step back so that Makia could have a shine, so that sponsors could see her, and so that she could get like a brand deal or something. I think that's what happened, because if you check what was happening, she was able to beat Makia, but she didn't enter as many races, and I think she even went as far as even not going to the indoors, right? And if she went, she could have placed ahead of all of the best Americans that were there at the time, because in my opinion, watching her early on in the season racing, she looked like the number one athlete for the Americans, but it looked like she just took a step back to allow Makia to do her thing. and hopefully help her out in that situation. This is all alleged. I'm not sure if this is what happened. I'm just assuming based on the vibe I got, but she was doing good last season. She just didn't enter that many races because of what I thought, right? No, this season, no, it looks like she's just letting loose. She's ready. She's ready. No more favors need to be done right now. She's done her due just due to, I guess, whatever friendship is there, and she's ready to lay down the hammer and take some scalps. And there's a huge difference, especially in track and field or short sprints when it comes to these times. There's a huge difference between 7:11 and 6:98, especially for your first race, right? It was this a place at altitude? I don't remember. Even if it's at altitude, that's like a 7:01-ish or 7 dead, maybe still a fantastic time. I'm saying Makia is coming to take some scalps. And again, it
Aliyah.
was impressive. Aliyah, sorry. What did I say?
Yeah.
Aliyah is coming to take those
Aliyah.
scalps, right? And that disconnection, as I said, for me was impressive. It was much more impressive for me than Dina's consistent run. Because you never know when that is going to filter out, if you know what I mean, versus somebody that looks like they're going from strength to strength. So let's see.
Okay, Tracky. So great early season form from Aleia Hobbs. And let us not forget that she finished sixth at the World Championships last year. Sixth Trackies, she made it to the finals. So for me, she's definitely one to watch out for. I think we pegged her making the top 8 last year. I don't know if I would have had her finishing sixth, but definitely we had her for the top 8. So sixth is a good time on the early season form. She does look impressive. And so let us see what more Aliyah has to bring.
And I also thought she was done dirty in 2000, what was it, 21 with at the Olympic, the trials.
Right, there
I
was a
thought it
false
was
start.
so, and she was blamed. And I'm like, this girl didn't a false start. I don't care what nobody says. But anyway, it's great. And a comeback story or a success story after all that happened to her, I think would be just fantastic.
Well,
Obviously, not displacing our 1, 2, 3 now.
that's what I was about to say. I'm not against any success story, but if you're thinking that anyway from here is up for her and she's already in 6th place,
it's track. I love
what
it.
I will
Our
say
girls
is that
no, but it keeps our girls on their toes. They know not to mess around. So if they mess around and fumble the ball, then that's on them, kind of thing.
okay.
I,
So
I can't I can't stop this greatness that I'm seeing. I see greatness in LA right now, and I can't wait for it.
right,
I can't
so
wait to
that's
see
what
it.
I will say. Aliyah looks exceedingly good right now. So track is be on the watch. That could be a possible danger, possible threat to the Jamaican Big Three. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Is Aliyah's 698 fluff or is it meaningful? I'm Tam.
Now remember, it actually ties with the great Shelley and Fraser Price and also Elaine Thompson's
Right, ninth,
Laura's 698 personal best.
right,
It's a tie.
ninth best over ninth fastest time ever in the 60 meters.
Let us keep that
So
in mind. When you're cross-referencing times, think about what the greatest have run, then they're Jamaicans, and that's what they have run. So it's killer impressive.
right, so track is again. What do you think? Is this 698 meaningful or is it just fluff? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'm Tam.
And T.
We'll catch you in another one.